All right, I'm going to do it in a different slant. What is the karmic situation helping your person learn? Instead of what's going on, let's do it this way, okay? These cards are the Urban Tarot. These have a different slant, so let's see what is the lesson that they're learning. The card that wanted to come out, I seen that. Okay, this looks like a lesson. Okay, let's look at here. Let's see, do we read like a story? They're learning, got swords, so that means they're thinking. How they're thinking ruins them. How the cruelty that had happened to them as a child messes with the way in which they see themselves. This looks like a TV screen, don't it? And it keeps them being stuck in these Eight of Swords energy. It's almost like, again, these cords that's being connected to others are acting as if there are snakes, and they are intertwining your person into, excuse me, my top of my stomach is itching, into entanglement by these various different connections. Interesting, there's a leveling up going in this karmic situation that is helping your person understand this, because there is a Ace of Swords here. Again, conflict of the mind. And there's a tower. But this tower helps to bring on that this karmic situation is going to help them move into being truly their divinity of self, because I see Ace there and I see the number 1, which is self. Right now, your karmic is a situation that your person is in is helping them to gain new perspective. Hangman. And through this new perspective that they're getting, might right now make them feel like they're chained to something. However, they are under construction, because I see this crane here. And that crane helps them to crane is able to lift things, lift them up out of things, but it also has that 360 ability to be able to all around and all surrounding. So that's really going to clean it up, because they got to get a new perspective and empty out their pockets, because they got too much of this connection to the material things, too much material, the phone. This person, maybe your person, likes to stay on the phone quite often. You kind of catch them doing all the time. They're into the light, that you almost say, get out of the light, Carrie Ann. Or they also have financial issues, and they're really tied to these things. So this is the situation in which the karmic is trying to learn your person to do. They're moving them into strength as well. They are also they see the divine. I'm seeing this feminine energies here, helping them to be able to have this infinity flow, because the things in their structure, building structure, we're back on buildings again, of how they built themselves as far as this Leo energies here, which again, not just Leo, but lion represents ego, has been to me that this person might be a person that like to be kind of like big and bold with the mouth. They're very boisterous. Their sound of their voice is kind of loud, like, oh, you're like, ooh, dang, you know. And maybe they got like a laugh or something that's loud, that this is really pertaining to. But this divine feminine energy, she has on glasses. Okay, don't start. And with this divine feminine energies with the glasses, it's like, you know what? She sees all that. And she's like a person, he's trying to, this karmic is, again, even the karmic energies is trying to, even in the feminine energies or in that, because we all come in with masculine and feminine, and what they've observed spiritually, if you say their higher self, has been really lasering in and looking and seeing, okay, you know, you're laughing at things. Sometimes I need you to get a little bit more spiritually mature. This laughing, this over acting, this over this that, you know, that's happening, and really getting to the point of saying, okay, we need to kind of shut this down. This is all coming from ego. So their point is, again, is for them to, again, whatever it is, some kind of way they talk or cut off or whatever it is this big and badness. This karmic in their energies are looking at to how to kind of squash that or to snuff that energy out. The divine feminine energies is already on that, because again, the divine feminine energies in you have already seen that, like, okay, all this, you know, almost like in the Wiz, doing all that roaring and I'm a mean old lion and all that extra singing and stuff, and cocking around and acting like you big and bold, and you know, she came up and said, you just stop that right now, cut that out. How you a little mean old lion with that skin, a little dog like Toto, how you doing that, you know? And it just comes up there, and so I see all of this illusion. It means nothing. You don't scare me. I got the glasses on. That means I'm able to see the little fine print to you, and that means nothing to me. So both of them on both ends, the divine feminine energies within you, whether you're male or female, avatar or body, sees all through that and understands that something about the structure and the way you were built in this person is, again, it's kind of all wrong, okay? And brings that, is trying to bring that balance of that masculine and feminine in balance or temperance-ness as well. The karmic is learning how to, this looks like the Wheel of Fortune, how to turn the wheels. Is this a shopping cart? No, this is a bicycle. Interesting enough, and it got the Wheel of Fortune, both his wheels. I'll come back to that. Swiftness. I believe that the karmic would like, as the teacher, and like all teachers would like to, that your person would get these lessons very fastly, very fast. However, I'm picking up and sensing from this karmic, they're finding out that some of these lessons have got to be done at the turtle speed and not the hare. Because we want to make sure that whatever is being laid down, that it does not cause for your person to turn back around and say, again, like I could stay in here, or do it all over again, or go to somebody else that's got the same make and model as the karmic and situation, and they find themselves going back into it. This person, place, or thing that I'm tapping into their energy, say they rather prefer to do this right. It might seem like it's taking some time. However, they feel that it has to be done this route because they feel in dealing with this person that if you would do it too fast, it's not going to last, and they're going to still fall themselves falling on their ass. Now, you when I start rhyming, you know that's somebody that, again, out of the guys that stepped forward and said, he's giving me this information out of my team. And they like to speak Shakespearean or like to rap, I don't know, with that. And so, because they like the vibrations and how to make the words match. So that's not going to work. And say you got to kind of gleam, and you know when you're doing gleaming out there into the crops, you kind of doing this separation, the good from the bad, the sheaf from the wheat, It says, it just keep on saying, which they're trying to glean. I'm gonna have to look that up. I can't have my phone there, but look it up yourself and put it in the comment section. They're gleaming them, GLEAM. And this is what the process is. So because I have time when I look at this reminds me out there on the bicycle, but it says, it looks like a compass to me. So they could really truly know the direction that they're going in. And it's interesting, you got a bicycle. And you gotta watch it on that bicycle. You can lose your balance. You can go fast and find yourself getting into traffic or into accidents. That again, if you just would have taken your time, you would have gotten to your destination. And this is what I'm feeling like, that like you could do it swiftly, because even on a bicycle, you see that on traffic, they're able to bob and weave between cars, and they don't have to really actually obey the traffic that's going on as well. The rules, they can create their own rules, but sometimes when you're doing that, you learn the hard way instead you're just going, following the process and doing step by step. Now, once they do get it, and I do say they want to go back to visit about the swiftness there is going to be a part of it, I'm seeing like a drain, like, it's stocked up, and then once you get it unplugged, the water goes down real fast. Once they get it and they feel like it did, they're going to speed up the process. They said, no, know that we're going to move it into the slow, and then we're going to move it into swift. They too have these karmic situations, have timelines that they have to meet. However, they do understand it by doing this, that it's going to help them to insect themselves too, to be at the right time, right place for them, from whoever this next, I don't know why I'm going to say, that's not nice. Now, I don't think that came from the guys, that came from you, which is they got to get ready for the next victim, or the next person, and not victim, I would say student, if you want to say, a next person that they have to teach, because some of the karmic situations, that's just what they're here for. They're going to be operating in that apparatus of thought and attitude, and it is for them to say, okay, like on the autograph, thank you, next, thank you, next, thank you, it's just next. Some of them are coming from that apparatus. Some of them say, thank you, next, and I'm going on to something bigger and better. So that's not, it's a mix of things. And we talk about persons, place, or thing, not stuck on just the person as well. And so this is it, because again, like I said, Wheel of Fortune, things are going to move, that things were down. What comes up must come down. Those things moving around, the pieces of the puzzle, shifting of this Wheel of Fortune, moving into where you're supposed to be. Wheel of Fortune to me is like, again, it's turning, and then you're actually going and being in your exact place and time where you're supposed to be. When we're talking about Wheel of Fortune, that also could be about divine timing too. That's in play, because it's like, okay, now you might have been on the roller coaster of life or the karmic situation, and you didn't pass by the exit or the platform to say it's the end of the ride, and you're like, oh, there it is, it's ending. No, it's not ending. Okay, here we go, and it's ending. Oh no, it's not ending. We're going back on the ride again. So we are kind of getting to this point where, again, Spirit is saying now, for those of you out there, that we get into this Wheel of Fortune where, again, divine intervention. To be Wheel of Fortune is that too. This is divine timing, divine intervention. This being played, because fortune means to me is like, it's not by happenstance. It's not something that you willed in. It's just something that all of it comes together by either you wishing or you doing the work, and it just all comes together by not by something that you did by your man will or human will to do that. You might have willed it to be so by your actions, your intentions, things that you had set forth to actually do that, and it helped to get the wheels to be able to start turning. This is where we are on this here with your karmic situation and with the person. So next thing, I did that already. Did I do the bad ends? Okay, so now what's in it? I'm gonna do this one. So what's in it next for in this karmic situation? These are called the badass tarots. Okay, did I miss one in it? I got one that's left in here. Who is this hiding? 7 of Cups. Okay, that was hiding. That wasn't up in there, and I ain't gonna put that in there. Which you do, you got decisions. Interesting. You got decisions to be made. And that's interesting, but he didn't pop out. So we got the Queen of Wands. Sunflowers are divine. 2 messages from the divine. Interesting. Queen of Wands. So we got that Queen of Wands came back out. And the Knight of Wands this time. And 10 of Wands. So what's happening here is, and no pun intended, I know this is of bad taste, but that idiom used to say, it's not over until the fat lady sings. We got 2 of them here, and that's the first thing that came to mind as well. This karmic situation is putting them, they're saying really at the end of the day, it's not over until it feels like this karmic situation has something to sing about, which means something to celebrate, or to really sing, because they're happy it is done, like it is well, it is well, it is well, it is done. And when I look at this, it's like I'm going to put them on the path, and it's going to take some divine interventions. There are some mountains there and some challenges that this person still has conquered, because it's got Queen, which means they're not truly at their peak of energy. King energy I would be happy about, but Wands, as far as their actions, they're not quite there yet. We're still trying to make new universes and create new things in our environment. The karmic situation is saying that, again, there are going to be some celebrations, because in their actions, you got Knight. They're going to learn how to be able to be more protective, and also to be able to strategize better this situation. And in that, they go that bicycle again. Bicycle built for 2. To me, bicycling is all about balancing, and so they want to really be able to know, even with the weight that they have, that they feel of being in this situation with the karmic situation, person, place, or thing. Remember again, karmic situations come to teach, is going to help them to balance, even with all this weight and this burden that they feel that they have in there. And there's going to be something to celebrate about, because again, they're going to get a new way to strategize things. They're going to have a new way of how to fight things, or to warrior their way through. There'll be a spiritual warrior through their way of things here. Page of Wands. In their actions, it might be new. It's something about the communication. He said, hey, bitch. Interesting. And to me, for the bitch say, you pick up the phone and say, hey, bitch, to me in their communications, it's going to get better as far as them calling things out and really having that bite. Beforehand in this situation, I had a dream about that too, where the divine masculine energies, because of what was being said to them by the karmic energies, made them go hide. This here is like, you know what, I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm actually going to give you a piece of my mind. And this is where the divine masculine, in their spirit, about what things they observe, how they are, what they be like, in that energy, is now going to create this great shift where they're going to be calling folks out. And they're going to be calling out the common situation and say, no, you really been a really B to me. You've been an itch to me. And calling them for what they are. You were nice, And this is what's coming out of it. Interesting, it's got this 50s kind of vibe. To me, when you're talking about like the 50s is like they call the Camelot years, which is the years in which everything is just going so pristinely right. The women were like the ultimate model of what a wife would be, what a dad would be. It was so dreamy like. There was no right or wrong. And it looks like to me they even, from where they are, of this image of them trying to portray this 50 Stellar or this modeled person that they're supposed to be out in the public, they're gonna lose their cool, and they're gonna even come out and just be like, hey, the divine ghetto fabulousness is gonna come out. And it's like, no, I can't keep on acting like I'm in this box. I'm gonna call things the way they are. And so they're gonna kind of bring out this other side of themselves, this wildness that, like, I'm calling it like, what they are. This is what they're going to get moved into the person is. And another way could also say the karmic situation might even start kind of acting a little kind of itchy too. But I'm not getting that. I'm getting this truth is going to be coming out of this person and cutting like a knife, because they're moving into this next one here. This card has 10 of Wands. And that means action. And it's interesting, again, here we are having somebody of this burden, and I won't call it fat or obese, whatever it is, this person having, to me, as I'm looking, is too much, taking in too much, having too much being weighed on them, too much of a burden, too much of extra shielding on the outside from the outside forces, because again, some of those spiritual, things behind those who have gained weight. The reason why you do that is because you're trying to shield yourself and have that extra cushion between yourself and the world. This person, but it looks like to me the action is they're going to come to their person. They're going to get pushed from this karmic situation to come to their person the way they are, with whatever way they see them, with this extra weight, this extra stuff that I just explained. And they still, to me, I'm looking at this, it looks like they're flames, but it also looks like, to me, it's like they're beating. I don't know why it looks like a person, like, look at it, it looked like somebody doing this. And they're going to give it a good fight, and it's going to help them to fight against those things, to help to move into their burning desire, which is 10. And number 10 is being willing to stop and to begin again. And this is where they are. It's interesting. It's got grids here. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. Like grids maybe they might do a lot of traveling, or you might do a lot of traveling to do like some grid work to change some things to help out in the connection. But I see them actually coming to them. This is the way they see themselves. I got all this burden. I got all this crap. And you want me to come and present my special person like this? I can't. But through this karmic situation, they're learning how to just go on ahead and say, forget it, like the movie Whale. If you have not seen that, and where at the end the daughter say, you don't love me. If you love me, you will walk right to me right now. And he tried to, and he went down. She said, that's what I thought. You can't do it. And then towards, it's a spoiler alert, and then towards the end of the movie, and you knew he was getting ready to pass on, and he got himself up. He said, you could tell within himself, he had the conversation, I'm just not going to do this again. When she tell me to come, walk to me, I will. She didn't say anything, but, you could tell that this is coming to this chapter of life of our connection between as a father and daughter is coming to a close. And next thing you know, she turned to the door, and she turned around, she feel him, and he's rocking and actually getting, and he's of nice size, almost just like this, looks like that. And he gets up and makes his step towards her and hug her. And then, from that point on, because he's already obese and his heart couldn't take that much movement like that anyway. And then you could tell he goes passes on, and then the next thing he's at the beach because that you can pretty much come to the conclusion that by him doing that, he probably had passed out or dropped dead right there on the spot after he did walk towards his daughter. He had a heart attack because that was just too much weight or pressure on his heart. And this is what I feel like with this is, I know it's kind of morbid, but just to get the understanding that he's going to have that resilience of, he or she is going to have that. I say he because that's the divine masculine energies, because that's the one that's got to get beyond the inside and say, hell, I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually do this. And my spirit is telling me, but now the spirit is telling me and it's giving birth. And now we have manifested, or again, this dream or this desire into actually having it come out into the 3D, into the physical world, and saying, I'm going to come to you the way I am with all these issues, which I believe in my head that you don't want me because I'm fat, or you don't want me because I got these monies, or you don't want me because I got these kids, or you don't want me because of all these other things, and actually say, forget it, F it. I'm going to come to you as I am, because if you are my special person, you're going to take me as I am, regardless. So that is what the karmic person, or a person, place, or thing is teaching your person so they can release and help you move on into union. All right, then, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, and Namago. Love you.